Are you frustrated that your before and after photos don't look as awesome as you would like? Photo editing can only adjust what is actually in the photo. Keep watching to get my top tips on taking before and after photos on site. How to take before and after pictures as a professional organizer. As professional organizers, our portfolio includes many sets of before and after photos of our client projects. We have all seen before and after photos that we can't really tell are the same space. The photos don't match, and we're left wondering if the after photo is really the same space. As a professional organizer and photographer, I'm going to share some photographer tips to help you ensure that your before and after photos match and are very clearly the same space. I've seen many people discuss how to make their photos look better after the fact, but you can't improve the look of something that is not in the photo. First, to ensure that you can take that exact same photo angle later, the photographer can stand with their back on a wall, lean their shoulder against a doorway frame, or back themselves into the corner of the room. This will make it easier to stand in that exact same spot later to take the after photo. Remember that you can always crop the photos after you take them, so taking a photo of more of the space than you think you need is better than focusing on a small space. For example, if you're taking the picture of an inside of a drawer or cabinet, be sure to include some of the counter or cabinets around the drawer you're focusing on, so that you can do the same in the after photo and the viewer knows that you are working in the same cabinet or drawer and not a different one altogether. Specific tips for before photos. Please take a photo of the whole wall or the whole space, not just the items on the wall or the floor or the shelf. The before photos of a pile of clothing or a pile of paper is not helpful if you cannot see the whole space that they are in. One way to do this is to ensure that you include a physical anchor point in the room, such as a door, window, ceiling wall corner, or an island, or a hanging light fixture, something that is immovable. This will help ensure that you can take a similar matching photo later and helps the viewer see that it is the same space. Ideally, take both vertical and horizontal photos beforehand because you don't know which is going to be best to match your after photo with. Before photos for an unpacking job should include the whole empty space, cabinet, room, closet, etc., not just the stack of boxes. The transformation will be much more impressive to go from nothing in the space to going to everything in its place. Tips for after photos. Before you take your after photos, please review the before photos that you took so you can match the photos to the best of your ability. The after photos should include the same physical anchor point, whether it's a door, wall, corner, etc. They should be either vertical or horizontal to match your before photos, which is why it's helpful to do both beforehand because you don't know which one's going to be best once you're done with the project. And the after photo should ideally include some of the same items in the photo, whether it's clothing, books, shoes, trinkets, on the shelf, etc. Because then I know that it's the same space, the same items, the same client, and the same project. The after photos for an unpacking job should also include the completely unpacked space for the greatest impact and should match your before photos for angle and locations. When choosing before and after photos to post on your website or social media, it would be best to remember these things. Include the same physical anchor point in the room in both photos. Ideally, they should be taken from the same angle and height. Please be sure to include many of the same physical items in your photos. And remember that you can crop the photos to show exactly the same space so that you get the greatest impact when you switch between the before and the after photos. That will show the most dramatic change possible. I love sitting there switching between my before and after photos when the physical anchor points in the room are all lined up and you can clearly see the transformation. I hope these tips help you take even better before and after photos to showcase your amazing work as a professional organizer.